This is David Cunningham, and I'm coming to you. This is Sunday evening that I'm making this post. It's pretty late in the evening, and this is a continued update on the CounterOps pages and platform. Um, this is, again, updated information continuing from my short segment last night about the coronavirus. And as I mentioned last night in that video posting, like making the notes and going over articles and information and everything, I wasn't trying to make this long. I just wanted these to be bullet points. So what I decided to do is make these each like short videos. So for right now, this is kind of be almost like a series of videos. This is kind of a developing situation as it continues to unfold and more information becomes available to some of the scientists and people who are researching and tracking this. But I'm tied into a lot of key sources, and I've got one semi first-hand source. Um, she's a woman I know from that part of the world. She lives here in the United States, but traveled to Taipei over Christmas and over the holiday, and she actually had to sign a release stating that she had not traveled in China or in Wuhan at all over the Christmas holiday before she was able to come back into the United States. And she's, kind of been keeping tabs on herself since she got back. She's been fine. Like I mentioned last night, good health is important, the right type of nutrition and supplements, all of those things are important. All right, so to get right to the chase, the only reason I brought her up is what she was sharing is there may be potentially tens of thousands of people already dead in China. Like I mentioned, they have not been reporting the actual numbers about the cases and then the deaths from the coronavirus. So we know it's highly contagious. But like I said, good health is going to be the key. But here are two quick bullet points tonight that I really want to emphasize. This food market where the virus was supposed to have initiated from or originated from, it's only 200 yards away from a BSL-4 lab. A BSL-4 lab is a research facility that researches virology, pathogens, and mainly these types of labs do biological weapons research to try to come up with reagents or um, vaccines and other countermeasures to bioweapons. But um, this lab um, was involved in some of the bioweapons research that gave rise to this coronavirus, some of the DNA and RNA manipulation that is present in what some of these scientists have researched about the coronavirus. And a lot of this information comes from Dr. Francis Boyle. And what I will try to do when I post this video is make sure I add links to some of the sources of the information, some of these people the information is coming from, some of the other scientists, and key points of where this intel is coming from. But Dr. Francis Boyle, in a couple of his interviews, he did like 3 interviews in a 10-day period, kind of breaking down what's going on with this virus, what's been found with this virus, and who's been involved with the research on it, how it got developed, and it's definitely been confirmed that this was a man-made modified virus. So, not to get too long, this thing mutates naturally, but as I mentioned, a BSL-4 lab is involved mainly with research and science and engineering either biological agents themselves or countermeasures to biological agents. And one of the key things about the coronavirus, it's designed to make it more easily transmittable. And one of the things that Dr. Francis Boyle mentioned is that there's evidence that this virus has been modified and injected with the same type of markers as HIV has in it. So this virus is definitely designed to have some impact and when it attacks on the immune system. So that's why I was mentioning last night that your health keeping your immune system strong, and proper nutrition are going to be the key. So I'm not going to let this video get too long. Those are the key things tonight. So I'm going to sign off for now, and I'll give you more updates and break down some of these other notes in our next counter ops report.